So I started nofap in like December 2021, and this is how it ruined my dating life here in my city. So basically what happened is that when you are not on nofap, you don't really care that much about like trying to pursue a relationship or something like that. You don't really care that much because if you get an urge, you can just like open a website and like you get what I'm saying. But when you're on nofap, and especially on a streak like me, like you start getting a few 100 days streak, it starts getting pretty insane regarding like the drive and motivation to actually get into a relationship or something like that, because just you start craving so much the love or something like that, literally, like you start craving the opposite sex. Obviously, like it's pretty something pretty normal to expect on such a day. And what started happening is that it made me pretty like I started try harding. So started try harding. I started like cold approaching. I started DMing girls. I started like I did a bunch of bullshit, and basically like 30 or 40 girls rejected me in the past like year and a half, I would say. And what happened is that I live in a pretty small city, so everyone knows everyone. So basically, every next girl that I can like meet in real life, um, if she says like, oh, this guy like approached me, she has at least like one or two female friends that will tell her like, yeah, he did the same to me or something like that. And this city that I live in is pretty judgmental, so people are not really open-minded, and they are like they really do care about what other people think. So in these cases, that means like these other girls won't even give a chance just because their female friends told them something. So basically, that's what happened. But one time I did get a girlfriend. I was pretty needy. Like after like 2 weeks of the relationship, I became pretty needy, and that's just because of like nofap. So I was pretty needy, and that's why she left me after like some time. So uh, literally, the next problem that happened is not really related that much to like having a girlfriend or desiring a girlfriend, but it's more like how my brain wants to shut down near like a lot of females. So, for example, let's say I'm with a friend outside, and we approach his a friend group of like 7 female friends of his. And what happens is that my brain almost shuts down. So, thanks to meditation, stoicism, and stuff like that, my good mental health, what happens is that I don't have overthinking problems or anxiety or like I'm like shaking. No, nothing like that. But it's more like my brain wants to shut down and like almost like the fight or flight response. In my case, it's just like almost like freeze. So I get zero thoughts in my mind. It's almost like a flow state, but the brain doesn't want to let me say anything. Like I couldn't even like say a joke or engage in the conversation because my brain almost just shuts down in like close to other like females in terms of like 10 girls around me, something like that. That's also one of the reasons that I don't go to clubs, because like my brain would just shut down. That's what I'm guessing. The next thing is I still think so. This is the turning point of the video. I still think you should do nofap because this specific problem shouldn't happen to everyone, especially if you are in a bigger city. Because, for example, thanks to nofap, I made insane progress to my physique, to my face, to my confidence, to my like self-improvement. I made a business. I started earning money. Like literally everything started going up thanks to nofap. And thanks to that, for example, if I was in another city, I could just like continue cold approaching or continue trying to meet new girls, or maybe install a dating app, because here dating apps like nobody uses them. So what would happen is that I could do anything, but I'm in a small city, so it's a different situation. So I still think you should do nofap. If you are watching this video and saying like, yeah, nofap is bad, I shouldn't do nofap, it's good to jerk off. No, it's not. So this video is just to tell you my story about like how nofap can actually have some bad impact if you are like in my situation. So these are some of the side effects, I would say, because still the ROI is positive, the return on investment, because I could say like, fuck, bring down my social status regarding girls in my city, but fuck that, man. My confidence went up, my body went up, my face went up, my business went up, everything. Like literally so much progress in my life that I still need to recommend nofap, obviously. And I'm like a nofap coach and a self-improvement coach. But lately, a lot of people were like wanting me to coach them with nofap. I don't know why, but that's what happened. So Yeah, definitely. Especially if you are in a small city, like if you aren't in a small city, as I said, you shouldn't worry that much about this. But this was just an interesting story. So, yeah, guys, see you tomorrow.